Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me. This reading is for air signs for the month of May 2020. So we are in Taurus season. Taurus is ruled by Earth, and then we'll be moving into Gemini season on May 20th, which is ruled by air. So air signs, you will be more in your element at the end of the month. So let's just go over some important dates for this month. There are a lot of astrological occurrences, some big ones happening this month. So let's get into it, shall we? So the first one, we have the full moon in Scorpio on the 7th. So the full moon in Scorpio, again, remember that full moons, you can usually feel the impact of them a couple of days before and a couple of days after the actual event. So, and for the full moon in Scorpio, this is going to really intensify temptation. So really try to avoid risky or unsafe situations or putting yourself in temptation's way at this time. Like if you are susceptible to that as well. So then on the 10th of May, that's Mother's Day here in the US, but we also are going to see Saturn begin to go retrograde. We have 3 planets going retrograde in the month of May, and the first one is Saturn on the 10th. And this is going to be a time for you to really review performance in relation to your responsibilities in life, or things that are more difficult in nature. So that's going to, again, be on the 10th. Then on the 13th, we have Venus going retrograde. And this retrograde is going to be for about 40 days. And this is not going to be a great time to start any business relationships or romantic relationships. So that is, again, Venus going retrograde on the 13th. And then on the 14th, we have Jupiter going retrograde. And this is going to be a 4-month retrograde. And this is going to be about really digging deep within your soul, doing some soul searching about your talents and your desires for success. So again, Jupiter is the planet of luck. So that's going to be on the 14th. And then on the 20th, like I was saying earlier, we're going to transition from Taurus season, which is ruled by Earth, into Gemini season, which is ruled by air, my air signs. And then on the 22nd of the month, we have the new moon in Gemini. And this is going to be an excellent time to start something new, more along the lines of projects, work, or career, not so much around relationships, because we're still going to be in that Venus retrograde. Then on the Saturday, the 23rd, I'm going to be hosting my Akashic Records Level 2 class, Learning the Akashic Records. All you have to do to join that class is have taken my Level 1 class, which is called Journey to the Akashic Records, which is actually available for purchase on my website, tarotbymegan.com, on the shop page. And for that first class, it's in a secret group in Facebook. So once you purchase that class, you just have to have a Facebook account. And then I will email you and I'll ask you for a link to your Facebook page, and we'll become friends on Facebook, and then I'll add you to the group. And then that class is yours. You can do it whenever you want. And that's my Level 1 Journey to the Akashic Records class. And then Level 2 is going to be on Saturday the 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m. And that's where I'm going to teach you how to access the Akashic Records through the pathway prayer, which is going to be opening the records in a more conscious state. The first class is about going to the records and guided meditation, and the second class is about accessing them through the pathway prayer. So that is on the 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then on the 25th, that's Memorial Day here in the U.S. And then on the 26th, I'm going to be hosting my Level 3 Akashic Records class, Mastering the Akashic Records, which is going to be all about opening the records with the pathway prayer in a group setting and reading the records for each other. And that, again, is on the 26th from 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as well. And those are the important dates for May 2020, air signs. And again, air signs are Gemini and Libra and Aquarius. If your sun, moon, or rising is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, you are in the right place. Just remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest as we explore May 2020 for air signs. So let's see what comes forward for you, my air signs. All right, so you're starting off this month with the King of Pentacles into the Nine of Swords, into the Two of Pentacles, into the Ace of Pentacles, into the Nine of Pentacles, into the Hanged Man, into the Queen of Cups, and ending this month off with the Empress, air signs. So it looks like it's a little rocky in the beginning, air signs, but it looks like things really start to even out for you towards the end of the month. You do have some big themes going on here with the Empress closing out the month for you. There's your one major arcana card for the month, but she's a good one. Okay, so air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, you're starting the month off with the King of Swords, or I'm sorry, the King of Pentacles, or coins, however your deck might refer to them, but the Rider-Waite that I'm using calls them pentacles, so we'll go with that. The King of Pentacles is saying this is really about you taking ownership of your material world. And it's interesting, I'm for the first time ever seeing this bull in the King of Pentacles here. And we're in Taurus season, and Taurus is ruled by the bull. And so what I'm hearing for you, for you air signs with the King of Pentacles is if you find yourself being stubborn around material or financial matters, what really might just be the best for you in this situation as you're coming into this month, whatever that might be, is to really try and see more sides of the coin, or literally seeing more sides of the coin, to kind of acknowledge if there is stubbornness that you're experiencing, and not saying that that's a bad thing, like just really acknowledge that that is what you're experiencing in that stubbornness, but to really try and give yourself a little bit more perspective so you can really, if there are issues, take ownership of them and to prioritize them and to really create something more stable and abundant for yourself. I mean, I know that sounds like a lot for the beginning of the month, but really trying to have some flexibility where you may be noticing that you are really inflexible or stubborn, where you're experiencing stubborn energy. And this could be with someone else too. Maybe you're in business partnership or work with someone that is more stubborn, but it's about seeing things from their perspective or their point of view to help kind of clear that resistance or that block that's causing the stubborn energy. Okay, that was a lot for the first card for the month for air signs. And then we have the Nine of Swords, which I feel like there might be some issues that are coming up for you the end of the second week that are causing some anxiety or some panic. But I feel like by the beginning of the second week, you're going to see things really start to balance out or even out. There's going to be some things like, I'm hearing that it's going to take a little bit of surrender on your part, air signs, with that anxiety or the stress that's coming in, that I see you experiencing the end of the second week. That just to like really release that as much as possible, to allow some balance to come in for yourself in the second week, or to just feel that ebb and flow, that energy movement. In that energy movement, there's going to be new opportunities or new potential for finance, income. I just keep hearing magic money. And so what's coming in for you, air signs, at the end of the second week of May. So it really does feel like a lot of things are kind of centered around financial issues for you, the beginning of the first 2 weeks, into the third, actually, because you have the Nine of Pentacles here for you, the beginning of the third, which is all about attracting prosperity and abundance. So where you might be experiencing challenge or difficulty the first couple of weeks, to really just be with it, stay with it, have some surrender around it, know that everything's going to be okay. By the end of the second week, you're going to really start seeing things come through. And it might be some things that you had given up on or you didn't think were going to come through. I think some of you might be surprised by what comes through at the end of the second week. But remember what I was saying, starting this month off, by being a little bit more flexible around your finances, where maybe you've been stubborn before. And in that flexibility, I feel like that shift in perspective is going to really help bring and move some things in for you, which with the Nine of Pentacles starting off your third week, that's a great sign for prosperity, wealth, abundance, and really attracting that in, really calling that in, and having the receptivity. So really opening yourself to that, saying yes, and allowing yourself to receive the beginning of the third week, okay, air signs? Because by the end of the third week, I think that you're going to have relief, where maybe you were feeling stress or anxiety that first week. By the end of the third week, I feel like you're going to have a really good sense of groundedness and stress relief. Like I was saying, it's like being able to kind of take a load off and not worry about things so much, and just really understanding that sometimes it just takes a little bit of allowing the universe to work its magic for you to see how things unfold. And it's just a really good, the first couple of weeks are going to be a really good experience to just show you how the universe has your back, even when the world might seem like it's really crazy right now. By the end of the third week with the Hanged Man here for you, air signs, I feel like you're going to be a lot more like, okay, I am not trying to control this anymore. I see now that I can trust myself and the universe and how things come in, and everything works out. And then for the beginning of the fourth week, you have the Queen of Cups. So for you, air signs, it's again Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is a very interesting time, because this is right around actually like Gemini season. So you're in your element now, air signs, and the new moon in Gemini, as well as my Akashic Records classes, are going to be right around this Queen of Cups into the Empress time. But this is really about sometimes air signs can have a little bit of an issue with tapping into your emotions, or really being able to feel your emotions. And what the Queen of Cups is asking you, or opening this space for you, the beginning of the fourth week, air signs, is this opportunity for you to really touch into your emotional world, and to really feel like proud of your emotions. This is a time to really embody them, and to understand them, and to allow yourself to be the emotional being that you be and honor yourself for that. And if you give yourself that space, and however that looks and however that feels for you, by the end of the month, air signs, you have the Empress here, and I think you're going to be really feeling very confident in yourself. You're going to be feeling like ready to tackle any situation and being able to like really call the shots, but having this sense of comfort and knowing and trust. Like I feel like the month of May is like really you getting back in alignment, or really getting deeper within your own trust vibration and how that looks and feels for you, okay, air signs? So again, the beginning of the month, we have the King of Pentacles. This is about if you are being stubborn about anything in your finances, air signs, about having a new perspective to allow new things to flow in, or to maybe hear or see something that you weren't allowing yourself to before, that has potential. The end of the second week, we have the Nine of Swords. This is about a bit of intensity around anxiety, stress. Some of you air signs might have some restless nights, or some trouble sleeping, or waking up in the middle of the night, or some nightmares. But I feel like this is going to even out for you the beginning of the third week with the Two of Coins here. But it's really going to take a little bit of surrender on your part, just to, again, allow that trust and to allow the universe to work its magic. But by the end of the second week with the Ace of Pentacles there, you're just really going to see things kind of materialize out of thin air. And feeling that abundance, the beginning of the third week with the Nine of Pentacles there for you, air signs. This is about prosperity, attracting wealth and abundance, and really being very comfortable there. And then really understanding that you can let the universe do its thing with the Hanged Man at the end of the third week for you, air signs. Then you have the Queen of Cups, the beginning of the fourth week, air signs. This is about really honoring your emotional body and feeling your emotions and giving yourself emotional space. So that by the end of the month, air signs, with the Empress here, this card is about being a boss and really kicking some ass and taking some names, but in a way that works for you. This isn't about, this is about prioritizing yourself and really understanding how you work and how you work optimally, and which benefits not only you, but those around you. Okay, air signs? And so I want to also pull a goddess card for you for the month. So let's see what goddess has a message for air signs for the month of May 2020. Oh, Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. Yes, air signs. Mother Mary, or Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. And that's pretty much what I was saying with the Queen of Cups, about really giving yourself some space, giving yourself some time to feel, accessing your unconditional love. So just remember, when you're going through the tough times this month, that Mary Magdalene is with you. And she is holding unconditional love for you, and to love yourself and others in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. All right, air signs, thank you so much for joining me this month. If you would like to book a one-on-one reading for yourself, you can do so at my website, tarotbymegan.com. If you'd like to go deeper in other video reading content, I have readings by astrological sign up on my Patreon account. I have a link to that in the comments below this video, and I also have the link to my website. If you would like to book a session, just use the book an appointment feature on the top of my home and services page. On my services page, it outlines all of my services and prices, and then if you'd like to register for any of my classes, you can do so on the home or on my shop page on tarotbymegan.com. Thank you so much, air signs. I'll see you next month. Bye.